Hey everybody, Cathy McLeish back here with Alcoholism Unpacked, always talking about some facet of alcoholism, trying to raise awareness and a little bit of understanding. Today, I want to ask, if you're drinking, if you're in recovery, do you know what you're capable of? I do a lot of videos that talk about maybe the struggle that we have, maybe the surrender that we need to, participate in order to get on the other side. But how about an uplifting topic like, do you really know what you're capable of? If we can just set down a drink, if we can just set aside an addiction, ask for help, put ourselves in recovery, whatever we need to do to start that process, if we can do that, and get on the other side, there is a wealth of possibility for us to have in our life to make the biggest difference that is more than I could have ever imagined in my life. So, what are we capable of? We are capable of about anything we set our mind to. The problem is sometimes I am looking off into, these big changes and I want them to happen fast. I could be drinking for 20 years and in that first month or two, I want everything to change. I want people to see me differently. I want them to treat me differently. I want them to recognize how hard I am working. And yet the damage that I have done has been racked up over periods of months and years, and I am undoing it quite quickly sometimes. But to change other people's minds, other people's perspectives and visions of how they see me, that can take a while. But what am I capable of in the meantime? I can set my mind with the direction of other people, with the accountability of people that have walked the walk before me, whether I'm trying to say no to alcohol, drugs, sugar, pornography, some kind of addiction, even if it's an addiction to control or other people. If I have accountability and I am setting some goals, I can one day at a time take steps followed by action and make these changes that appear to be quite small, but change the total trajectory of my life. Now, I wanted to finish college for the longest time, and I tried 2 times drinking, and it did not work. So here I am sober, and I'm still feeling so bad about myself for having gone to college for 3 years and never graduated. And then at one point, my mentor said, go sign up. And it's like, go sign up? I'm 54 years old, go sign up? And she's like, yeah, go sign up. That's how it's going to happen. And so here I am on the campus in the middle of winter, freezing my ass off because I parked in the wrong place and I have to go over this place to, sign up. And I am like, how did this even happen? How did I even get here? Well, somebody suggested an action. I took the action. I signed up. A year and a half later, I was finishing up a year's worth of classes. And in that second year of this process, I graduated. I walked down the aisle and I got that degree that I had struggled in my mind about that failure for over 30 years. So how do I get from this place of where I think I can't do anything, where I think I have failed and I cannot succeed? I take a step of action. So what am I capable of? What do I really want to do? That's what I will put my heart and my vision towards. And then if I set a goal and a game plan and have some sort of accountability, I can start taking those steps of action. It's not going to happen if it's all up in my mind. It's not even going to happen if I'm yakking to everybody about it. It's only going to happen with a plan, with a goal, with some accountability, and some kind of process for steps of action. Now, I'm not saying in early sobriety, I need to make this goal to get married, to buy a house, to have this job that's 3 steps up from where I am today. I can start that process by staying sober a day at a time, by working on myself and finding out the reasons for my drinking so that that doesn't become my solution 6 months down the line when maybe I add a little bit of stress to my life with these new goals. Well, I don't need to set these goals all for the first 6 months, the second 6 months, even the first 5 years. If I'm going to live a sober life for the rest of my life, I can set these goals one at a time and work towards them with steps of actions on a daily basis. If I'm accountable to someone, a coach, a mentor, a sponsor, if you're in a program of recovery that calls for a sponsor, a therapist, if I have somebody that I'm going to go and check in with on a regular basis, monthly basis, weekly basis. For me, a bi-weekly basis was the least that I needed because I could get off track so fast, especially in the beginning. If I can do that, then I'm going to show up. I'm a prideful person. I don't like to say I've done nothing. And if I can show up to this person I'm accountable to and tell them what is going on, what my progress looks like, I am going to find that I am moving forward on a continual basis. The problem that I had is I dreamt about a lot of things. I wanted a lot of things. I thought about a lot of things. I even envied things that other people had. But I would envy somebody's weight. I would envy somebody's exercise program. I would envy somebody's landscaping in their yard. I would envy somebody's parenting. And yet I wouldn't take any action. And the difference that happened finally in my life is when I took that envy and I turned it into something positive. It was an inspiration for me to try harder or to do better in that area. And how was I going to do that? With some accountability, with a plan, with some action, with that goal at the end that I wanted to reach. And that's how I became a better parent. That's how I entered an enrichment program for our marriage, and we became a stronger couple. It was always with action. It was always with work on my part. And the best news is it always paid off 10 times whatever effort I put into it. So today, what are your dreams? What are you thinking about? Let's move those into something that is a firm action plan with a goal, with somebody I'm accountable to. And let's see if I don't start taking steps tomorrow. If before the month is out, the year is out, I can't see some really nice progress in that area. Thanks again, Cathy McLeish, talking about alcoholism, unpacking some of the facts, some of the tendencies that we have as alcoholics. We want things, and yet sometimes we have a hard time putting one foot in front of the other, just like those first days of not drinking. And then sometimes we're satisfied with just that much progress because it feels good, but there is so much more out there. I can have so much more, but not without a plan, and definitely not without steps of action. Thanks.